Okay, here we go. Baruch Hashem, another 5 minutes of tefillah to slowly elevate our prayers. Yesterday we learned an incredible idea about the hashkacha, the way that Hashem runs this world. And I want to begin with a line that he ended off the last paragraph that said as follows, that every single day there's a baskol, there's a heavenly voice that comes out of Shemayim, and it says as follows, Lama eincha misaper li. Why did you not tell me es ma shekoyev lecha, what hurts you? Hari miyad avoy le'ezrecha, I would have come to help you. There's a baskol that comes out. Hashem is talking to us. Our loving Father is saying, why don't you just tell me that you're in pain? Why don't you just tell me you need something? And then I'll come to help you. Continues the Shimshon Pincus, and he discusses a fundamental idea in tefillah, in what is the obligation to daven. It's a machlokes, famously Rambam and Ramban. The Rambam, Maimonides, holds that every single day one has an obligation to pray. The Ramban, Nachmanides, holds that no, the obligation to pray is not every day, but rather when one is in a place of tsar, when one is in a place of distress, that's where there's an obligation to pray. But if it's not a situation of distress, theoretically, one could go an entire day without davening. This is how the Chinuch explains this machlokes. And the Chinuch writes, based upon this, that if a day goes by and one doesn't daven, then the opinion of the Rambam says you were mevatel, you nullified the biblical obligation to pray. But what happens if someone is in tsar, someone's in pain, and he doesn't call out to Hashem and help? Says the Chinuch, according to the Ramban, he is being mevatel, he is nullifying a biblical obligation to pay. And the Chinuch says, we paskin like the Ramban. And that means, says the Chinuch, that if one is in a situation that he needs something, and we're going to see in a moment, this doesn't necessarily mean, Rahman al-Islam, someone's in a dire situation. It means he needs something. He's in a traffic jam on the way to a meeting. He's trying to catch a flight. He needs to talk to his boss. He has a regular meeting. He maybe needs to talk to a peer. He needs something from a spouse. He needs something from a child. He's in a situation that he needs something. In that situation, explains the Shimshon Pincus, the Ramban holds you have a chiyav min ha-Torah, biblically mid'oraisa, certain moments of your day. You have an obligation to daven. Let's just understand what that means. I'm sorry for that interruption. You can't be sorry. Hashem caused the interruption. We're talking about understanding the hashkacha. The Brisker Rav used to all the time say, Lishuascha kivisi Hashem. Hashem, please help me. Why? Sorry, why? Says the Shimshon Pincus, you know why? Because the Brisker Rav, we knew, was always nervous at every moment. Maybe this, maybe that. We knew his diktuk in mitzvahs was extreme, that he never would have a moment, that he would fulfill every obligation. So explains the Shimshon Pincus, let's understand. The Brisker Rav is talking to someone. He's having a conversation. We're talking, and I want you to listen to me. I don't feel like you're listening. I'm looking there, and I feel like you're dozing. I feel like you're not grasping. So what am I going to do right now? I'm going to daven to Hashem. Hashem, help me. Help my words penetrate your ears. Lishuas lekvisi Hashem. Hashem, allow this to happen. The child wakes up in the middle of the night. Hashem, please let the kid roll over. Is that not a place of tsar? Is that not a place that we need something? So from here, we're learning that this level of tsar doesn't have to be extreme. The purpose to call out to Hashem doesn't have to be wild. It means that whenever we need something, and says the Shimshon Pincus, and with this we conclude, if we were to slowly start to think about this, we would slowly change. And just like part of our vernacular, part of our speech is Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem, we could slowly become people that in every situation will daven to Hashem. I'm in a traffic jam. Instead of just saying, oi, and slamming on the steering wheel, instead of saying, oi, what am I going to do? We'll stop for a second. We'll say, Hashem, please help me. Those three words, Hashem, please help me, forwards. Those four words might have been a more powerful tefillah than your entire tefillah of Shachris. because those 4 words might have been a mitzvah de'oraisa, because you needed help at that moment. We'll pick up from this point in Mirz Hashem tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.